Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the last great Coliseum here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Some say these racers got to be gladiators to battle out here with this concrete half-mile jungle, and we will bring it all to you here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's Muth up in the booth, and alongside me it is Greg O'Berry, once again, one of the drivers here out of the Salt Flat Divisions. Greg, it's good to have you back here. I guess it's a little unfortunate to have you back, but it's always good to have you up here in the booth.
I appreciate it. Hopefully next week we'll see if we can't get things to work out a little bit better and I can be out there behind the wheel. But until then, I'm going to sit back and enjoy the show with you and see how exciting this is going to be tonight.
Yeah, tonight it is the Gold Star Family's 125 here from the Bristol Motor Speedway in honor of Sergeant Adam J. Kohlhaas. Gold Star Families is a program that is out there to remember all the men and women that have served our country and have paid the ultimate sacrifice. So, unfortunately, Adam J. Kohlhaas, which is the brother to one of the racers here tonight in the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series, unfortunately lost his life on tour overseas. So our thoughts, our prayers go out to the whole Kohlhaas family and along to all of our extended family all around the world that are tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch these gladiators battle right here at Bristol. It's been one whale of a season so far. We have started on the dirt and have worked our way all the way here to the Bristol Motor Speedway. This is only one of 5 races left this season. We have Bristol, Atlanta, Daytona, the Charlotte Roval, and the Phoenix International Raceway to wrap up the season here in the inaugural Draft Top Progression Series. Qualifying for this prestigious race coming to us just around the corner here, so race fans, don't go anywhere. You want to watch this race right here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Once again, it is the Gold Star Family's 125 in honor of Adam J. Kohlhaas. We'll be right back here with more live action from Bristol.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Bristol Motor Speedway. As you can see, cars are on the track. Qualifying tonight is officially underway here for the Gold Star Family's 125 tonight here in honor of Sergeant Adam J. Kohlhaas, one of his drivers that are, well, I've got to say, in that realm of family. Here is the number 65 of Brandon Massey. He goes to the top of the leaderboards real quick, and he laid down a good solid 15.29-second lap on lap number 1. He'll come around here to complete lap number 2 with this old shed number 65. And it'll be a little slower for lap number 2. Michael Sturgill in the number 90 back for his second week of competition action. He goes P number 1 now with the new quick time, as now one of the drivers out onto the track. He drives the number 29 in honor of Adam J. Kohlhaas. This is Ira Kohlhaas out of Tennessee. This driver now comes across the timing and scoring stripe on his second lap, and it's going to be good enough for the 8th fastest time here tonight at Bristol.
watching the 88 of Tim Combs in that blue, white, and yellow Navy machine. Just put down his first lap at a 16.94. That's the slowest of the times up there, but I think he's just taking a lap to get some heat in his tires. See what he puts down here on the second lap as he comes out of turn 4. Bumps him up one spot with a 15.798.
So a little bit quicker on lap number 2 for Combs. Bromley just comes across the timing and scoring charts here with the Gold Star Families Bromley Designs DraftTop.com entry. He was 9th fastest on his lap. Right now, 15 drivers have turned in a lap time here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Still plenty of time. Just 2 minutes here have gone by in our qualifying session. We're waiting to see if any other driver does come out here tonight. But right now, Michael Sturgill is your provisional pole sitter here tonight for the Gold Star Family 125. Greg, this is a long way away from the race where we were last week when we headed to Talladega. I mean, these drivers didn't have a very long time, just 7 days to turn around their super speedway programs into these short track machines.
Yeah, we're talking complete different style of racing, everything from the track down to how the race went. Last week we saw 2.66 miles, pushing 200 miles an hour, caution-free. Everybody got good and spread out, and it really came down to just a couple guys there at the end. Tonight, it's a half mile. You can get away from each other. This really will be, the old expression, they're flying jet fighters in a gymnasium. It's going to be very similar to that. These guys won't be able to get away from each other. Lap down traffic is going to come into play. We're definitely going to see some emotions run high towards the end of this race.
We will see who will be able to battle, though. You see at the top of the scoring pylon, you do see the 90 of Michael Sturgill right now. Brandon Massey, Roy Fernandez-Lopez, Josh Buckley, and Aaron Davidson. Some of those names that you are very used to seeing at the top of those charts. Now one driver finally coming out onto the track, it looks like here. And it looks like this is the Rockstar 99 of Cole Day. Last week didn't have quite the week he wanted to at that big super speedway. Tonight, though, trying to turn it around as he comes out onto the track. Right now, Cole Day does not have a qualified time in, but he is halfway through lap number 1. He is joined by a couple other drivers, but let's see where Cole Day is going to be able to slide here in lap number 1 as he comes across the timing and scoring sheets. He is going to jump all the way up to the 9th quickest time on lap number 1. He is joined there out on track, making his first start of the season. This is the driver of the Northern Plain Boxer Rescue. This is Jared Hagerdorn. Jared was a longtime member of the IROC series, now making his first debut here in the Draft Top Progression Series, and it's going to be good enough for that 9th fastest time on lap number 1 for the driver out of Nebraska. Also out on track, the Deeper Darker Dew driver out of Las Vegas. It's Cody Levitt. He was 8th quickest on lap number 1. And it looks like that's where he will line up tonight as our qualifying session is about to run out. Donald Bennett also qualifies into the 15th starting spot. So 19 out of the 21 drivers have taken a qualifying time here. And that will expire the clock here into our qualifying session. And we will head into our gridding up process here tonight, which will lead us right into the starting lineup, which is brought to us tonight by Uncle Tim. This is your Uncle Tim starting lineup here tonight for the Gold Star Families 125. Starting on the front row, driving the number 90 out of Ohio, this is Michael Sturgill. Starting on the outside of row number 1, in the number 65 out of Ironton, Ohio, it's the old Shed VIP Graphics number 65 of Brandon Massey. Starting on row number 2, driving the CS RF Motorsports entry out of Michigan, it is Roy Fernandez-Lopez. The driver of the Need for Speed, DraftTop.com, Miller Lite number 2, this is Joshua Buckley. Starting in row number 3, driving the 03, it is Aaron Davidson. Starting in the 6th position, driving the Pedro's Bass Pro Shop Machine, the number 3 of Shane Mullins. It is the Georgia driver driving the number 77 Sim Box Button Box Machine, this is Doug Neal. Cody Levitt out of Las Vegas will roll off in that Vegas Golden Knights machine in their 8th position. It's the Northern Plain Boxers Association number 22 of Jared Hagerdorn. He'll start 9th here tonight. It's in honor of Adam J. Kohlhaas, the number 29 of Ira Kohlhaas. He'll roll off 10th. 11th is going to be Cole Day in his 99 machine. Then it is Michael Bromley driving the 48. Gold Star Families, number 48, in 12th. 13th here tonight is going to be Darrell Quater in the 26 out of Florida. It's Peyton Johnson making his resurgence back here into the Draft Top Progression Series. He'll roll off 14th tonight. 15th, out of the Keystone Motorsports stable, the number 31 of Donald Bennett. Jose Mejia has himself a lot of cars to get by here tonight. It's going to be the driver of the 46 rolling off 16th. 17th here tonight, it's the beefy Motorsports Canadian driver, the 83 of Brandon Feeney. 18th is going to be Tim Combs in the 88, Crossland Motorsports driver, the 97 of Brandon Crossland, 19th. 20th position here tonight, the 71 of Nathan Maurer. Starting shotgun to the field, the number 04 out of Utah. It is Danny Valenzuela. As the field starts to leave, we will go into a little bit of a missing man formation here tonight, as Ira Kohlhaas will pace this field around. A little bit of a tribute here tonight before we hit the green flag. Everybody lined up behind that number 29 of Ira Kohlhaas. He goes up here and paces the field in memory of his brother that was lost in combat, paying the ultimate sacrifice for all of us that are tuning in here tonight to watch this race for the Draft Top Progression Series. As now we will go back, and Ira will find his spot back in line here tonight. Greg, it'll be 125 laps of hard, no short track racing action.
Yeah, these guys are going to be bumper to bumper, door to door. Definitely going to be a contact sport tonight. A lot of guys are talking in practice about how difficult it is to pass and to do it cleanly. So it'll be interesting to see how some of these fast guys towards the back of the pack fare as they try to make their way up to the front.
We will take the green flag here tonight, which is brought to us tonight here at the Bristol Motor Speedway by Cervicide. So the iRacing pace car does dive in. The Cervicide green flag will come out, and we will go racing for 125 laps here tonight at the Gold Star Families 125 at Bristol. And Michael Sturgill leads us off into turn number 1, and he will clear to be the race leader. Everybody real quick to go just about single file here, lap number 1. I don't believe anybody wanted to go up and really battle too hard. It will be Michael Sturgill leading lap number 1, and Fernandez Lopez and Josh Buckley will side-by-side battle along with Aaron Davidson back there for the 4th and 5th position.
Yeah, a little bit of excitement on the outside lane. The 3-car on that initial start didn't get going, spun the tires. Everybody on the outside had to check up, and that kind of played into that a little bit. But I just see Cody Levitt looked like he was off the pace. He's already back a lap down, trying to figure out what happened with him there on the start.
Yeah, it looks like reports are coming in that Cody Levitt and Nathan Maurer both did miss the drop of the green flag. As you see, that 38 of Cody Levitt in the Vegas Golden Knights entry. He is 1 lap down right now. He is the lucky dog recipient if a caution flag were to fly. But Michael Sturgill right now hoping that we just stay clean, green, and hungry on the outside lane, because this 90 has already opened up himself a gap over the 65 there of Brandon Massey. Massey is sitting back there just about a second, now under a second, as he got himself a good run that time. Massey trying to reel back in the leader here with Michael Sturgill. Both these drivers were 2 of the top time drivers in our practice session for an hour practice here before this big event.
Something to keep an eye on. You see these guys are all, for the most part, running up on that high line right there on the wall. I've seen a couple guys already have scraped the wall. 1 car bounced off of it pretty decently. You want to make sure that we keep an eye out for that to see what kind of trouble that may bring down the road.
Everybody right now is minding their P's and Q's. You got to go back here where Doug Neal, Shane Mullins, Jared Hagedorn, Peyton Johnson are, along with Ira Kohlhaas. This is the battle for about the 6th position on back. Here comes the 3 of Mullins to the inside. Him and Neal are going to make contact.
Wall, yep.
Hagedorn had to check up a little bit. That Marines car simplified to the outside for Doug Neal. Has some damage on the right side, but he was able to keep going. Cody Levitt was right there almost involved in that too.
Yeah, Doug Neal was one of those cars I've been watching. He had bounced off the wall 3 or 4 times there in a row. Just kind of curious how much damage he's done there, but Cole Day, he bounced it off the wall once and seemed to narrow his car up, make it faster. He's picked up 4 or 5 spots since he tagged it.
Well, sometimes you can help or get the wall to help you, and sometimes it just reaches out and kind of grabs you. There behind them in the Navy machine, that is Tim Combs. He's been having some pedal issues as of last night. If you tuned into last night's broadcast, Tim Combs unfortunately had to take a DNF for the race last night, but now he is back out here on track with these boys, and he is running in that 11th position. Just behind him in the Nintendo Switch entry, red, white, and gray, or red, blue, and gray, actually. That is the number 15, the driver out of Virginia. That is Peyton Johnson. He is back after having some pedal issues also on his sim rig. He goes around the number 22 of Jared Hagedorn. Michael Bromley will follow in tow there, so they will pick up the 11th and 12th position. Hagedorn, maybe something going wrong on that number 22. He is fading now back into the 14th spot as Jose Mejia. Now here comes Donald Bennett to the inside.
Yeah, Hagedorn is really struggling here. I don't know if it's just something with his handling. The car looks clean. I don't see any damage on it. But maybe it's just, knocking a little bit of rust off. He hadn't been out on the track with these guys yet this season. Maybe he's just trying to, get a few laps in under his belt, and then second half of the race maybe get after it.
3 wide, Brandon Feeney down to the bottom, putting Bennett in the middle. Hagedorn hammers down around the outside and keeps on going, but Brandon Feeney in the Liquid Molly, number 83, the driver out of Canada, tried to go to the inside, and he's going to use up some tires because there goes Darrell Clauter, and here comes Danny Valenzuela now to the outside in the Mission 22, Ray's Energy Drink 04 out of Utah. So now Feeney is headed backwards here after his little bit. It's probably just heating up the tires too much.
It's very possible. We'd heard a couple guys in practice talk about, tires will be really important. About 10 or 15 laps, and people are going to want to start getting some think about new ones if they get the opportunity. We're sitting at, lap 16 here. Very possible that he has just overheated the tires.
There you see the 71 of Maurer just in front of him. Maurer is not on the lead lap. He is currently being shown in the 21st position. It looks like he did miss the grid. That's the report I'm getting. So he had to start from the pits here tonight. He's trying to work through some of the traffic to get up to the race leader, or at least get to Cody Levitt. But Cody Levitt is about a half a track ahead right now of Nathan Maurer, and he is in that lucky dog spot. Still out front, Michael Sturgill in the number 90. It's still Brandon Massey sitting there in second. Third is Aaron Davidson, and fourth is Roy Fernandez. That's a hungry-looking warthog on the 6 machine. Usually we're used to seeing him in a Dale Earnhardt throwback, the old black number, well, for him it's 6 here tonight, but Earnhardt drove the big black number 3. Looks like possibly Valenzuela down on pit road almost as he actually lost control of that 04 machine. He comes back out onto the track with that Toyota Supra, but he'll lose a couple spots. He'll fall to 18th.
Yeah, you mentioned Fernandez running the Air Force Warthog scheme. That's one thing, I really appreciate about these guys, with the memorial race for Adam Kohlhaas and everybody kind of wrapping their collective arms around that and embracing it with the patriotic schemes. I really enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, Salt Flat, one of those leagues that always honors the military and the military families because, well, just looking through the field, there are a ton of drivers that either have been in one branch of the Army, Navy, as you see, it's the number 2 of Josh Buckley having some handling issues. But these guys are not afraid to stand out and honor the ones that have stood for, pretty much everything that you were able to do here, as especially watch YouTube here tonight here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series. There you see Cody Levitt out of Las Vegas. He has Vegas strong, so it's not just the military that this whole league really stands behind. Cody Levitt out of Las Vegas. We all know the tragedy that happened a couple years ago in Las Vegas, which was a very, I call it a terrorist attack pretty much. I was out there just a couple days before that happened, standing in that location that happened, and it's just absolutely crazy. But tonight, it's about honoring the ones that we have lost, and Adam J. Kohlhaas is one of those drivers, or one of the drivers, but one of the family members to the drivers of Ira Kohlhaas, who right now runs into that 5th position.
Looking at the leader, Brandon Massey has started to reel him in a little bit. He's about 6-7 car lengths back, but if you look out the windshield of that number 90 car, he is seeing a SWAT of bees up there getting after it. There's 5 cars, just maybe 10 or so car lengths ahead of him. And they are racing hard, trying not to be the first one that's going to be lapped. But here they come as contact there. Doug Neal comes back up the track into turn 3 and hits Donald Bennett, puts him up into the wall right in front of the leaders.
Yeah, Neal going to go down below the white line, then he's going to get out of the way. Michael Sturgill, though, getting around the 31 of Bennett. Bennett trying to get out of the way of the 65 of Brandon Massey. Massey's going to have to go down to the bottom groove here to get around the 31 of Donald Bennett. Now they will set their sights on the late model driver out of Canada, the Liquid Molly, number 83. This is Brandon Feeney now trying to fight to stay on the lead lap. He's going to make Michael Sturgill go down to the bottom to get around him. The Liquid Molly machine will stay to the outside. Will Brandon Massey be able to use the high line momentum and catch Brandon Feeney on the straightaway? He will, but he'll have to also use the bottom lane. Now Massey has closed it in to about 2 car lengths gap between him and the race leader here on lap 30.
Lap traffic playing a big deal. We mentioned that at the top of the show about how these guys, the leaders, are going to have to fight that all night long. Even with just 21 cars out on track, the lap traffic is definitely going to come into play, and we've been seeing that here. We'll see if Sturgill can't stretch that lead back out a little bit now that he's got some clean real estate ahead of him.
Yeah, they have a huge gap back to Aaron Davidson, so right now it's just a 2-car, little bit of a breakaway here at the Bristol Motor Speedway here for the Gold Family's 125. This race is going to go quick as we have stayed green flag racing here for now. Officially 32 laps will be in the books this time by, and Sturgill and Massey are still battling out front here. Josh Buckley is trying to get to the inside here of Ira Kohlhaas, but Kohlhaas is just a little too strong on that outside momentum lane. We're going to see the groove pretty much unless we get a caution flag. It will all be an outside lane track here tonight. These drivers will just kind of beat and bang their way to try and get to that outside groove. Buckley, he can get to the back of Kohlhaas. He can just not get around him because Kohlhaas is just sucked up against that outside lip.
Yeah, being able to take advantage of the outside lane like that, as Kohlhaas is using that wall as a pick, so to speak, and keeping Buckley behind him. We really want to, get to a restart, put some fresh tires on it. You might see the bottom lane fire off a little bit better, but like you said, this is definitely going to be a one-groove track up at the top.
Buckley's trying everything he can do. That time he had a good run, but had to hit the brakes. Now here comes the 99 of Cold Day. It's going to be a 3-horse battle here for the 5th, 6th, 7th position. And don't look now because Tim Combs back there, he has moved up the most positions here tonight. It's been 10 positions gained for the driver of the 88. He's just right behind these guys, and he will make it a 4-car battle here in just a moment. Buckley got to go back up and slam the door on Cold Day. Cold Day got there. It's, we just talked about being a 1-lane track. It's one thing to get there. It's a whole other thing to get around anybody. So we will see if Kohlhaas can hold off these 2, possibly 3 strong machines here tonight as they work upon lap traffic with Danny Valenzuela just up here in that 04 Mission 22 machine. Danny will go down to the bottom and let the leaders have the outside groove. Then Donald Bennett will be the next one, but battle for the race lead. Here comes Brandon Massey. He's going to dive it to the inside on Michael Sturgill. Not going to be able to hold it, but at the line, it's actually going to be credited to the driver out of Ironton, Ohio. Brandon Massey leads lap 38.
These guys putting on a heck of a battle. They've broken away from the third-place drivers, but these guys are really putting on a good race between the two of them, side by side. Plenty of room, no contact between them. Being really respectful and really clean. You got to think the 4 or 5 laps to go in the race. That distance you see between those 2 cars is really going to shrink up quite a bit.
Yeah, one drives the extreme outside. That's the 90 of Sturgill, and the extreme inside, catfishing around the bottom, is Brandon Massey. Massey going to hand the lead back now over to Sturgill, that time at the line. Massey did lead the last 2 laps till then, so now here on lap 41, who will get credited with leading this lap? We will watch because Sturgill goes to the top shelf again. Massey going to slip a little bit through the center of the corner. That 65 starting to fade on the bottom groove now. There for a couple laps, the 65 seemed like he had the better tires out of those 2 machines. Now he'll have to fall back into line and watch Michael Sturgill run the high side. Massey going to have to wait for a mistake here, and that's something you just got to try and wait for. You got to wait for your moment, your opportunity before pouncing on any of these drivers, because everybody here tonight in this Gold Star family race is, well, a quality racer. But look out in front of your 2 race leaders. Everybody is lined up side by side. 7 cars, 8 cars out in front of your front 2 leaders, and they are not going to be willing just to give it up.
Yeah, what a gaggle here. Nate Bauer gets in the wall coming out of 2 in the 71 car and had to check up there. Or, excuse me, the 22 of Jared Hagedorn had to check up, I'm sorry, to keep from running him over. But, yeah, this is quite the gaggle right in front of the leaders. You got to think these 2 leaders side by side still battling like they are. They're going to have to sort this out really quick so they can navigate through this traffic.
One driver in this pack of cars does have fresh tires. That's the 97 there of Crossland. He is down to the inside with that 97 machine. Newer tires, just trying to weed his way through this lap traffic as he's actually shown multiple laps down, running into the 20th position. But everybody is up to the top shelf, so he has to go somewhere. Oh, one of them out into the outside. Whoa, one of them going to spin. There's the caution flag. The 97 going to go around, and Hagedorn's involved. Mejia is involved, and your leaders are just going to scoot through there as the first caution flag here tonight waves. That could have been bigger than what it was with those two drivers getting into it with that pack of 7-8 machines as Crossan will slowly come down pit road here. Let's go back and watch this yellow flag that just came out. The 3 right there getting into the 97 on the straightaway, sending the 97 across and up the track. Jose Mejia nowhere to go. Jared Hagedorn nowhere to go. Everybody else goes straight down to the inside lane there to get away. Let's watch it back here once again. There you see the 97 hook the bottom and try and get the run. The 3 into the outside wall, which turns the 97 up into Jose Mejia. Jared Hagedorn hits the brakes, and he does make slight contact. I don't think it's enough contact to really hurt the 22 of Jared Hagedorn, but unfortunately, it's going to be good enough to put some damage on the nose of that 22 machine.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. You just mentioned Brandon Crossan had come in, got some tires, was a couple laps down, and he's just trying to ride and see if he can't play it just right to get some of that position back. Gets turned around there, so not only does he not get the caution he wants, he is the caution, but his car is beat up quite significantly. That's going to definitely be a challenge the rest of the race.
I was going to say, I noticed Cole Day came down pit road in the 99, and now I see everybody else come down pit road, and I see them enter on the back straightaway. Did Cole Day know something that the rest of these guys didn't know? I'm not sure. As Crossan enters, and so does Jared Hagedorn. Maybe some confusion here at Bristol with the pit lane situation.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you have to enter coming out of 2, and then you exit at 1. So I think a few of these guys might have made the mistake, but the leaders there with the 90, I think they all had it correct.
Well, we will
and
find
hearing
out.
from race control now, yeah, those guys that did come straight into the front stretch, they're going to get a EOL penalty for that.
So that's very interesting. We'll see where everybody plays out. Race off pit road, then the 90 of Sturgill, I believe, will win that race. Then it's Fernandez, Lopez, Massey, and then the 03 of Aaron Davidson.
Something that's going to give us a little bit of excitement towards the end of the race here. We were told by a couple guys in practice a fuel run is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 laps. Being where we're at here at lap 42, 43, that's going to leave them about 13 laps shy to be able to make it from here. So we'll see how many cautions we get, how much that's going to help out. You know, you got to think, hey, it's Bristol, we're going to have some cautions. Guys will be able to save, but something to keep an eye on.
Just also getting word, I believe, that the 90 of Sturgill and the 65 of Massey were too fast on pit road. So I think they're going to have to drop to the back of the longest line here. We'll see what happens on this restart here. But the iRacing pace car will come in, and we will go back racing with 52 laps officially completed. Cole Day, Jose Mejia, as I believe the green flag has been waved off, so we'll go around another time. Wow, talk about built Ford tough. That Mustang just came right through the pit wall.
Yeah, he's devoted. That caution car was devoted to being back out where he's supposed to be. I think we had a couple lineup issues here we need to get sorted back out before we can get going. That's probably the only downside to racing at Bristol is pace lap here is so short. Getting things like that sorted out can be a little bit of a challenge from time to time.
Especially when you have a caution flag where the leaders were just battling into that lap traffic, so we're wait to see where everybody is about to line up, and then the service side green flag will fly. It looks like the lights come back on again. So we're at least going to go around at least one more time. Looking at it right now, 13 drivers are on the lead lap, as Cody Levitt was the Lucky Dog recipient, so the driver out of Las Vegas in the Vegas Golden Knights Vegas Strong Machine. He will now line up into that 13th position, as everybody else is still trying to figure out where they will line up on this restart here tonight. Race fans, while we have this opportunity during this yellow flag period here for the Gold Star Families 125, we got to thank you all for tuning in tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If it's your first time tuning in with us and joining us, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell. Get a notification anytime we go live, whether it's right here with the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series, or, well, whether we go dirt track racing, which we do, or we go super speedway racing. We have it covered right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But tonight, it is all the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series for the Gold Star Families 125, and now the iRacing pace car is in, and the service eye green flag does come back out. Jose Mejia with a really beat-up machine going to dive down to the inside and get out of the way of the race leaders, so Cole Day will take over the race lead with Aaron Davidson in tow, and there's Fernandez Lopez, and there is Ira Kohlhaas also inside the top 5.
Yeah, a couple of our typical guys that we see running up front there with Cole Day and Davidson and Fernandez, and it's good to see Kohlhaas up there. But hey, how about an attaboy to Josh Buckley? You haven't seen him up the past few races up towards the front most of the time.
Caution flag out, though, onto the speedway. Huge pileup coming out of turn number 2. Valenzuela is involved. Feeney is involved. Bromley, Bennett. I believe that's the 38 of Cody Levitt also back there. I'm not quite sure who the other driver was that was rolling away. I think that was Peyton Johnson. But a slew of them wrapped up here into the second caution flag of the evening. We will have to really try to dissect this one when the truck tells us it's got that one queued up for us. I can tell you Daryl Clauder is also involved with Danny Valenzuela. So we're checking out here if we can. Let's see. Let's watch Daryl Clauder here on this restart. You see that blue machine. He goes down to the inside as that's not a caution that we're looking for. Here we go. The truck tells us right now we got it. Oh, Sturgill was sideways, and oh no, he went back up the track when the car hooked, and he tried to get out of the way. Unfortunately, it was going to be just a little too late. There's the 88 of Combs involved in that one, and Feeney's involved, and not
several
quite,
guys there.
Is that the 65 of Brandon Massey? Was he down there involved in that also?
He was. The whole front end's knocked off his car. He's got some engine issues. A lot of fast cars down there were just taken out in that crash. But know for sure Sturgill, the 90 car, has retired for the evening. We'll see if any of these other guys are able to get it back out there.
Unfortunate there as everybody piles in. Nate Maurer was also involved. Bennett comes to a complete stop. Levitt came to a stop. Jose Mejia. Feeney pulls away with a open wheel looking modified with his machine. And Brandon Massey, unfortunately, with a ton of smoke involved in that car. We'll see if we can go back here in just a second. I believe the truck has a couple of different angles. On board here with the 88 of Tim Combs. There you see the 90 of Sturgill, and there was nowhere that Tim Combs was going to go, and you see everybody else kind of get collected up in this one. Watch it back again, zoom in on Brandon Massey so you can see. Yeah, unfortunately, the 88 of Combs there just came down the track as he was involved in that, and Massey had nowhere to go. Danny Valenzuela, there's Peyton Johnson in a heap of crinkled up sheet metal down there on the inside also.
Hey, somebody who was able to just was able to skate through there was a 26, Daryl Clauder. Stayed up on the high side and was able to just get right past that crash, not a scratch on his car through it.
So he'll line up possibly into the 10th position when we go back racing, but a ton of drivers involved in this one. And
so far I'm showing Michael Sturgill and Brandon Crossland both done for the evening, but several cars out there we'll have to keep an eye on. The 83, the 65, 48, several others. Significant damage to their cars. See if they've got any speed left in them.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a word in with Brandon Massey. Massey, you got a copy? It's Muth and O'Berry up here in the booth.
Yeah, I do.
Well, Brandon, a really quick old shed machine, but how much damage is done to her? Are we done here tonight?
Yeah, our old shed Sergeant William H. Pruitt machine's done for the night. We shouldn't have even been back there, Roger. I don't know what happened, if race control got it messed up or what, but we were told to let lap cars by. We let the lap cars by, then they tell us we got to pit, dual pit. So we do that, and then we're hit with a end of the line because we went through a closed exit, and that just was jacked from the beginning. But man, I just want to say thank you to the old shed and the family of Sergeant Pruitt for allowing me the opportunity to put his name on the car, and we'll move on to next week, Roger. We're not out of this thing. We've got some more racing to do.
Well, there you heard it from Brandon Massey. Disappointed face tonight here with the adversity that he had, but his team will get ready and come back at it just next week when we head to the Atlanta Motor Speedway on September 1st for the final race for the Xfinity cars before we go Cup racing at Daytona, as it looks like Peyton Johnson will be waved around the pace car here, so he should be able to tag the rear of the field with that Nintendo Switch machine, which has switched to having no hood on his machine, so he'll tag the back of the field. But Aaron Davidson, Cole Day will be the race leaders.
Just a little extra ventilation, that's it. But don't know if you pointed out or not, but it looks like we've got a modified starting up in P6, the 83 of Brandon Feeney. He has knocked the whole front end off of that car.
Yeah, same with, I believe that's the 48 of Michael Bromley. Jared Hagedorn has that modified look going on. But, hey, it's at Bristol, baby. The gloves are coming off because we are getting close to that halfway. We are at that halfway point here tonight as the iRacing pace car does dive in. And the service side green flag will come back out. Cole Day going to get a good start. Bromley going to pull his modified off the track, and we stay clean going into turn number 1. Cole Day goes to the outside with that 03 of Davidson to the bottom. Here comes Roy Fernandez Lopez. He'll go to the outside and try to bring the Warhog machine out there. I believe that's a replica to, who was that? I believe
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace, yeah, ran that paint scheme.
Fernandez has got that outside hooked up. He has rocketed off the last couple of corners there, and he's getting into the corner really well, but Cole Day's able to make it off the exit a little bit better than Fernandez is, but that's shaping up to be a really good race for the lead.
Right now, 4 drivers, 5 if you count that 2 of Josh Buckley back there, and Brandon Feeney and Cody Levitt are duking it out, and right behind them, I believe that was the number 26 of Darrell Clauder, not on the same lap as the 83 or the 38, but they are battling for that lucky dog position. That's Maurer and Clauder battling for that spot currently. But here comes Ira Kohlhaas to the inside on Aaron Davidson. That's the battle for the 3rd spot and possibly also towards the race lead. Caution flag out onto the speedway. I believe it's going to be the 2 drivers that were in that lucky dog position. Nathan Maurer and Darrell Clauder look like they have tangled here tonight. That'll be the 3rd caution flag of the evening, waving here on lap number 69. The driver out of Pennsylvania and the Florida driver getting together here in Tennessee.
Actually, I think the 83 might have been what triggered it. Bounced off the wall coming out of turn 4 and contacted the 71, and that just kind of turned into a chain reaction there.
See if we can watch that back again. Oh, yeah, there you see the 71 went to the bottom there after the 83 was into the outside wall. Darrell Clauder then spins down to the inside, and he takes the tow back to pit road. So we're have to see who's going to be actually the driver that gets the lucky dog now. So it'll be interesting to see that one.
I don't know that we'll have one if they were both involved in the crash. And Darrell Calder, he has parked it for the night.
So then I believe it goes to the first person that is 2 laps down then possibly. So maybe Jose Mejia or Donald Bennett will get that lucky dog. We'll have to see which vehicle comes back around here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 69 laps out of the 125 scheduled tonight. We've had 4 different race leaders. Right now, Cole Day is that 4th race leader, but split strategies here. I think you can make it on fuel from this point. I believe from that last caution flag, you were going to be able to make it on fuel. Question being tires. These top 4 drivers elect to stay out here under this caution flag. Everybody else came down. It looks like 4 tires. Greg, is this the time to chance it to stay out? Because there might be another caution flag?
If I'm up at the front, I think, the track position is worth it to stay up there. There's top 3 or 4 guys that all did stay out. You can make it on fuel just to, well, actually, I guess they can't because they didn't stop the last time. See, I probably would have come in just because you can make it on fuel, but that would have been it. I would have packed it in from there and just ran the tires for the last 55 laps. With those guys staying up out front, they're not going to be able to make it from where their last stop was. So definitely some interesting strategy going on.
Well, we're going to have to find out here right now. 1 driver, 2 drivers, 3 drivers still in the race lobby, but they are heavily damaged, and they are behind the wall to try and get some service done. It's Brandon Massey in the old Shed 65, the 88 of Tim Combs, Doug Neal in the Simbox machine. He is sitting there in the 21st position. Greg, I actually got a little bit of a gift from Doug Neal. Unfortunately, he's out of this race right now. But over here on my sim rig, I've received a sim box button box. Had no clue what was coming. We did a live video. It's actually over there on our Facebook page, so don't miss that one. Head on over to our Facebook page and see what Doug Neal sent me. He sent me a great button box. The review's over there on Facebook, and unfortunately, though, Doug Neal is going to be shown to the 21st spot tonight.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the button boxes that he's putting out. Heard there's some quality pieces, and guys really enjoy using them. So go check them out.
But the iRacing pace car lights do go out here with 73 laps on the board. It'll be Cold Day, Roy Fernandez Lopez, and that is Peyton Johnson lined up to the outside in the 15 machine. And then it's going to be Josh Buckley down below. Those 4 drivers all stayed out here under this caution flag. The Hungry Hippos are behind them with 4 fresh tires. iRacing pace car is down and away, and we will get the service side green flag here once again. We are racing at Bristol.
Peyton Johnson tried to guess the restart there just a little bit too soon. Didn't quite get a good enough start, but Roy Fernandez made a power move through 1 and 2. Cold Day's going to pull back even with him as they're side by side coming out of 4 for the first lap.
I'm sure right now Ira Kohlhaas, though, is loving seeing the leaders race as hard as they are because he knows that's going to make them use up their tires here tonight as Bristol, as there's Cody Levitt. He was looking to the inside of Aaron Davidson, was not able to make the move with that Vegas Golden Knights entry. So Cody Levitt falls into that 7th position. Aaron Davidson still holds that 6th spot. Cold Day is still the race leader, though. And here comes now Ira Kohlhaas. He is trying to work around Peyton Johnson. He knows he's got a little bit fresher tires. Oh, Fernandez, Buckley, and Johnson into the outside wall that time in turn number 4. So now Big Country Kohlhaas got that Freedom machine down to the bottom, looking for 3rd out of turn 2. He'll pull even down the back straightaway. They will once again go side by side into turn number 3.
Yeah, if I'm Kohlhaas here, I've got one objective for this run, and that's to stay in front of that 03 of Aaron Davidson. You've got the best tires, and you can make it on fuel from here. You have, obviously, you want to pass these guys and lead all the laps that you can. But as far as the big picture is, you really don't have anything that you have to accomplish right here besides staying ahead of that
Leader
03
into the
car.
outside wall. Cold Day came out of turn 4 sideways in the Rockstar machine. He smoked the outside wall. Now Roy Fernandez takes the race lead, but Cold Day right back onto the back bumper down the back straightaway. Kohlhaas, Buckley, and Johnson, although will close in on the race leaders. Now Kohlhaas is able to get around Peyton Johnson. He'll take over the 4th position and set his sights onto the drafttop.com. Number 2 of Buckley. He'll go to the inside down the back straightaway.
Talk about a short track, how fast things can change here and unravel. Man, that was exciting really fast.
Yeah, as Buckley back into the outside wall there, he saw the 03 of Aaron Davidson jet around to the inside of Peyton Johnson. Now he'll go to the inside of Buckley. Buckley into the outside wall again. The draft top number 2 having some handling issues here on lap 81. Roy Fernandez, though, he is setting sail. He has opened up about a half a second lead over Cole Day and Ira Kohlhaas. There you see Day, there you see Kohlhaas working to the inside. Caution flag onto the speedway. Caution flag number 4. Going to wave here on lap 83 as Kohlhaas was burning up those brand new Goodyear Eagles. I believe, though, this is going to be for the number 2 of Josh Buckley, the draft top machine. Now looking like one of those Northeast modifieds. And let's go back. We know the draft top machine was starting to fade. There you see Buckley into the outside wall, and he goes down to the bottom. Oh, Peyton Johnson and Cody Levitt get into it. Then Cody Levitt gets a little tag. Then down to the inside. Just that little contact there with Levitt then makes that front nose clip just poof, disappear like magic.
Yeah, Levitt pushed into the corner there and got up, pushed it in just a little bit too hard getting into turn 1 there and slid up into the 15 car and kind of set that whole thing off. Old tire, actually I don't know if he's on old tires or not, but that's kind of what it looked like. Just car got tight and he overdrove it into the corner and slipped up. Just a racing incident there.
Yeah, bad luck for a couple of those drivers, especially Buckley, as he was starting to fade there on that old set of tires. The driver that did find himself at one point inside that top 3. Now, with a damaged number 2, we'll see if he's going to be able to continue. It looks like everybody from 3rd on back will come down here onto pit road. A couple other drivers towards the back will stay out and take a little bit of track position, but we just saw Kohlhaas march through the field with those new tires. I believe if I was sitting anywhere outside that top 5, I would have been coming.
I think I would have come regardless, right? Well, not Kohlhaas, but like the 6 car. I would have come in right there. You know, you saw what the new tires are doing for him. The longer you sit out there, you're just waiting for him to pass you and to give him the lead. You got to come in now, cut your losses, get your tires, and set yourself up for the end of the race here.
So Fernandez will be the leader here with his machine over Kohlhaas. Mullins, Feeney stays out along with a couple other drivers. Actually, it looks like Feeney, so 4 drivers staying out once again as the Liquid Moly machine will be the first car, or the last car with old tires. Everybody else, Aaron Davidson, Colt Day, Peyton Johnson, Jared Hagedorn, Nathan Maurer, Jose Mejia, and Cody Levitt. The 11 cars on the lead lap all came down pit road to get fresh tires put on. 4 tires for everybody and some damage fixed because it is Bristol, and there is no need to keep all the body panels here tonight. That's why Brandon Feeney, you see him there, that car, no hood, no front nose.
Yeah, I'm waiting on him to come in and start slapping some duct tape numbers on that thing just for show. As bad as that car's beat up, why not go ahead and go full on old school and get you some silver numbers on there?
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time or the last time we're ever going to see that. You know, maybe one day that'll be implemented here into iRacing. But, Greg, you know what is coming?
What's that?
Nashville Fairgrounds coming in just 2 weeks' time here to the iRacing.com platform.
Sounds like the perfect time for me to get my rig put back together. Go out there and turn some laps there in Music City.
And not just there, but the Central New York Weedsport also. Dirt track coming here to the iRacing.com platform. So 2 very historic tracks on 2 different aspects of racing coming right here just in the next couple weeks. So race fans, if you're tuning in here and you don't have the iRacing.com platform, you need to get yourself a sim rig, a button box, and behind the wheel on the track here. Because, I mean, some great tracks. Just like some great racing you're watching here as we come back into the service side green flag. Green flag back into the air as Fernandez and Kohlhaas will lead us to turn number 1. Fernandez with a great start. That outside lane, though, for Brandon Feeney, not going anywhere.
Somebody up front we hadn't seen and talked about much tonight, the 3 car, Shane Mullins up there in 3rd place. He's being challenged now for the 3rd position by Aaron Davidson, who's going to take it away from him, but good run for the 3 car.
Yeah, and another good run. Here comes Kohlhaas down to the bottom of Roy Fernandez. They will battle for the race lead here on lap 89. Fernandez going to hold off the charge by Ira Kohlhaas for the time being. Maybe Kohlhaas' team just radioed in and said, hey, you got the fresher tires, but don't look behind you because Aaron Davidson, who has even fresher tires, here comes the 03. Cole Day is trying to battle with Shane Mullins back here, and Brandon Feeney and Peyton Johnson as up front. Here comes Kohlhaas looking to the inside. Not going to have quite the run at the start-finish line, so your leaders go nose to tail for the first 3 spots, but Cole Day still now gets around Shane Mullins. Brandon Feeney going to work side by side with Peyton Johnson down into turn number 3. Both those cars looking like modifieds, but the battle is still up here as Fernandez is under attack at the front.
Yeah, what I said the last run about Kohlhaas being able to take it easy, just kind of wait, throw that out the window. He has got to go, and he's got to do it now. Actually, as the Davidson car pulls down to his inside to try to battle him for second, they've got to go because that 99 is coming quick, fast, and in a hurry, and he looks like he's ready to pounce.
Caution flag out onto the track. It looks like possibly the 15 of Peyton Johnson has gone around. That'll bring out the 5th caution flag of the evening here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. So caution flag number 5 as we close in on the end of this race here tonight. It looks like Jose Mejia might also be involved. Let's take it back and see what the truck has queued up. Brandon Feeney and Peyton Johnson make contact. Josh Buckley right there, wrong spot. Cody Levitt gets pushed into the wreck there, and Maurer going to make some contact with the 04. So a ton of things happening here under this caution flag. Let's watch it back and zoom it out here. Take the wide angle there. You see the initial contact between the 2. And everybody else, Bennett trying to get load up. He goes sideways down to the apron. Maurer and Valenzuela sideways. That good old short track race in action. You have the lane, but I want the lane.
Yeah, a couple guys fighting for the same piece of real estate, but tell you what's going to throw a wrench in this whole system here. the leaders about split at 50-50 on who came to get tires there. Kohlhaas and Davidson came in for 4 tires, but you saw a couple of the other guys stay out, especially that 6 car. He's got the best track position, but I think tires mean too much. I don't know what his game plan is here.
Yeah, he's actually going to come down pit road here now with that 6 machine, so he'll hand the lead back over to Cole Day. So split decision strategies here. There you see the 77 Simbox machine still in his pit box. There you see the 65 Old Shed still sitting there in his pit box. So Fernandez takes her to pit road. So Cole Day, Aaron Davidson, Ira Kohlhaas, Shane Mullins, Jared Hagedorn, Brandon Feeney, Nathan Maurer, your top 7 drivers. Looks like Cole Day is the only driver that did not come down pit road.
Yeah, I know he was running those tires pretty hard there on that, what was it, 4 or 5 lap run. Not sure how big a difference that's actually going to be there. I don't know how sensitive these tires are from a 4 or 5 lap difference versus a 15 or 20 lap difference.
Well, I can tell you this. We're about to find out here tonight.
We'll be looking at, what, about a 25, 26 lap run to finish it up once we go back green. And it's about the perfect distance for here at Bristol.
Looks like Josh Buckley will let the 03 by, so he'll find his spot in line. So it'll be Cole Day and Aaron Davidson that will line up side by side as they just got the 2 to go here tonight before we do let them back loose. I don't know. If you were Cole Day, do you think you would have still came down and slapped at least 2 tires on that Rockstar machine?
I think it's hard to tell being up there at the front. You know, it's one of those, you know, darned if you do, darned if you don't situations. If you come in, everybody stays out, or if you stay out, they are going to come in type of deals. You only got a couple laps on them. Cole Day being the caliber driver he is, I think he can probably hang on to it. But have to sit here and stay tuned to find out.
So we will get the 1 lap till green here tonight. Closing in on the end of this one. It will be about 26 laps to go in this one. We go back racing for the Gold Star Families 125 here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And, well, looking at it right now, we still have 12 cars on the lead. Lap 21 drivers did take the green flag. It looks like Doug Neal still sitting in his pit box trying to get some work done. Brandon Massey actually back out onto the track in that 65 Old Shed entry, so he'll try to turn a couple laps and pick up a couple positions. But the iRacing pace car will dive in, and the server side green flag is pending in the hands of our race control. And green flag back out into the air. Everybody back up through the gearbox. Aaron Davidson got a great start down to the inside. He might be able to clear the 99 of Cole Day.
Yeah, Cole Day gets a great run off of turn 2. It gets right up and gets into and puts the 03 in the wall as they come through 3 and 4. And Davidson's going to go around, collects Ira Kohlhaas, Nate Maurer, and a bunch of others.
So that'll bring out the 6th caution flag back to back here. And now we'll have about 20 laps when we do go back to the green flag racing. It looked like the short track tempers there came out between those 2 drivers that started on the front row. So with our 6th caution flag coming out, let's see if we can go back and watch what happened here between. There you see Aaron Davidson go up in front of the 99. The 99 just give him a little bit of a shot, and then Davidson loses it. Looks like maybe the tire goes down. Ira Kohlhaas nowhere to go. Feeney, Hagedorn nowhere to go. And then that short track incidents kind of kick in there. Reactions.
Yeah, everybody's trying to dodge the squirrel running across the street there, and not everybody can do it. I don't know that so much short track anger there. I think Cole Day was just really trying to race it hard. It just got just a touch too deep into the corner there, as it looks like he's actually going to bring it down to pit road. But I'll tell you who I feel the worst for there is the 29 Ira Kohlhaas. Had a great run there and just had a pretty rough hit there. Not sure how bad his car is going to be, but hard to imagine it's going to have a ton of speed after that lick.
As we watch it back and see right there, Aaron Davidson got into Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas actually bunny hopped. I believe the only one that came through that clean might have been the 6 of Roy Fernandez. Cody Levitt has a pretty clean car too yet. Looks like he's been run into the back of, I believe that was Jose Mejia that got into the back of Levitt about 2 caution flags ago. So it should be about 20 to go when we go back racing. Mullins is going to be the race leader. He was down on pit road just that last time. So Mullins, Fernandez, Lopez, Maurer. Remember Maurer? He was 2 laps down at one point here tonight, and now he's got that Simbox 71 in the 3rd spot. And you can tell it's seen better days, too. That whole right rear is pushed in and caved up.
Yeah, his right rear's pretty dinged in, but look at that 38. It looks like he just backed it into a telephone pole. Just caved the whole center section of that rear clip right on in.
Yeah, it looks like the front is actually the same way. The nose of that Camaro also caved in there. Maybe that old Vegas Roman helmet there for the Golden Knights.
Try to tell you guys, this is a contact sport, and these guys have definitely shown it tonight.
Peyton Johnson with the beat-up switch machine. Jared Hagedorn, who's making his first start here tonight, and the nose of that 22 is completely tore up. The rear end looks pretty decent on the 22. The roof actually looks great. Brandon Feeney still hanging in there, and the only good panel left on the 83 is the roof.
Give him time. Give him time.
Are you saying hold my beer? He's a Canadian?
I'm saying that you never know what might happen.
That's because there's still going to be 21 laps when we go back. Green flag racing here. Fernandez going to line up to the inside of that Pedro's Bass club machine. So we'll see as we're pending here tonight into the service side green flag zone once again. Green flag is back out. 21 laps here to the side. Who wins? The Gold Star Family's 125.
I believe Shane Mullins was the leader there, and he was the control car. Wasn't too big of a disparity on the firing off there, but the 6 definitely beat the leader to the line there. We'll see what race control might have to say about that, as Fernandez definitely pulled away by several car lengths into 3 car. He has trouble coming out of 4.
Yeah, here comes Cody Levitt. He'll scream around the outside here of Mullins, and now that will move Levitt from a lap down to running second here tonight. Maurer, though, would really like to have himself a chance to get onto the podium after his struggles in the early going. He also went around just a little while ago with, I believe that was the 26 of Darrell Clauder at one point. And how about Peyton Johnson just hanging out back here? Jared Haggerty running into the 6th spot. Feeney, though, Jose Mejia, and Cole Day all back here running nose to tail. They are running for that 7th, 8th, and 9th position. Cole Day, remember, had to serve that EOL penalty, so he is coming back through the field with 4 fresh tires, trying to get there, but it'll be just 17 laps to go at the line for Roy Fernandez.
I'll tell you what, Fernandez might have a 10-car lead, but he is not taking it easy. He is pedaling that car for all he's got. I've seen him brush the wall a few times the last couple of laps. As he gets close to doing it again there in the middle of 3 and 4, he is still pushing that car for all he can, trying to get himself another checker flag.
Fernandez came in tonight running second in the point standings. If he could win tonight, as Cole Day is falling back to that 7th position, he could take the race points lead for the championship, really, with just 15 laps to go. Laps will go quick as they are just turning 15-second laps here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. As you talk about 1 lap, and he's going to come by already to complete the next one. So it'll be 14 laps to go, and your front 4 are spread out.
Yeah, Fernandez is steadily putting some more space between himself and the 38 of Cody Levitt. Up to a little over a second that last time by. We'll see what the distance is here after this lap. Looking like a little bit over a 1/10 of a second gained by the 6 car on that one.
Back here you see Brandon Feeney still hanging on. He's in front of Jose Mejia. That is the battle for the 8th and 9th position. Cole Day picks up another one from Jared Hagedorn, so that'll put Cole Day now running 6th. He got Peyton Johnson right in front of him, as it'll just be 11 laps to go, and it is a 4-second gap for Cole Day. I think the hourglass is going to run dry on the sand here as Cole Day works to the bottom of Peyton Johnson. Going to try to slide up Day sideways off the bumper of the 15. Now Day goes right back up the track, almost making contact there with Peyton Johnson. Was able to keep it out of each other, but Cole Day now has lost the ground that he had there for Peyton Johnson.
No quitting that 99 car. He is still wheeling it for all he can. Never know when another caution could come out. Just trying to put himself in the best position he can, just in case the cards happen to fall in his favor.
Now Cole Day back down to the bottom side here as Roy Fernandez is still out front here leading. Cole Day not able to take that spot. More contact there as Johnson was a little sideways that time off of turn number 4. He'll let the 99 Rockstar entry go. Now Cole Day will take back over that 5th position, and that's important. Why? Because, well, as the laps count down here, as Maurer and Mullins run side by side there for a moment out of 4, if a caution were to come out and we get that green-white checker, Cole Day is 1 spot closer to the front where Roy Fernandez is. And right now, Fernandez has about a 2-second gap. There you see Fernandez, and where is Cody Levitt? Well, you got to go to the blip camera, and that still doesn't even show us how close or how far the race lead is right now for Fernandez to Levitt. There is Cody Levitt, and then Shane Mullins and Nathan Maurer. You see them all in one picture for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position drivers. And then there is Cole Day still trying to run down your top 3.
Yeah, about a straightaway lead between our top 2 cars. There, don't want to rule anybody out and say that it can't be done, but definitely looks like the fat lady is warming up the pipe, so to speak.
Yeah, I just saw him get the old check out. Here comes Cole Day, though. He has now reeled back in the 71 of Nathan Maurer. So Cole Day will possibly be looking to take back that 4th position from Maurer, and then Mullins is right there. Cole Day right to the back bumper. Going to be 4 laps to go at the line. Cole Day actually just going to go right down to the bottom. He's going to give Cole Day the preferred line. The 99 Rockstar machine goes around the outside of Maurer, bumping Maurer back to 5th. Cole Day now taking over that 4th spot, as now he'll set his sights on with just 3 laps to go to see if he can get around Shane Mullins. This is the only racing action we have here, as there's just 3 laps to go in the Gold Star Family's 125.
Cole Day got a huge run off the corner, goes to the inside in turn 3, looking on the bottom side of the 3 car, but I believe Mullins is going to have the run coming off the corners. Mullins gets in the wall, tags it pretty hard, and that allows Cole Day to get by him for 3rd.
2 laps to go as the popsicle sticks are in the air here tonight. Roy Fernandez will come by this time. He will take the white flag presented by Butt Kicker. 1 lap to go here tonight at Bristol. What a race it will be here for Roy Fernandez. He'll mark his name back into the victory lane, as last time he won it was with the ARCA car at Michigan. Out of turn number 4 for the final time. Roy Fernandez will coast across the line, and the Raise Energy Drink checkered flag flies here on Bristol.
Cody Levitt comes across the line in 2nd, and to finish up the podium is Cole Day in 3rd. A pretty good race there. Cole definitely put on a show coming from the back there on that last run on those new tires.
Shane Mullins has his best finish of his career in the Draft Top Progression Series. He finishes 4th here tonight. Nathan Maurer also with a very good 5th place finish. Peyton Johnson, after being absent for weeks, he comes back to finish 6th. Jared Hagedorn, his first race, he finishes 7th here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Brandon Feeney is 8th. 9th goes to Jose Mejia. Josh Buckley finishes 10th. Michael Bromley finishes 11th. Danny Valenzuela 12th. Tim Combs is 13th. Ira Kohlhaas 14th. And Donald Bennett rounds out the top 15. Aaron Davidson was 16th. 17th goes to Brandon Massey. Then it's Darrell Clauder in 18th. Michael Sturgill 19th. Brandon Crossland in 20th. And the Simbox 77 of Doug Neal will finish rounding out the podium, or the 21 car field here tonight. So we will step away for just a moment, and we will see if we can get our top 3 finishers here tonight to talk to. Don't go anywhere, as our post-race show is brought to us by DraftTop.com. Welcome back here to the Bristol Motor Speedway, your race fans. Here tonight, we have completed the Gold Star Family 125 in honor of Sergeant Adam J. Kohlhaas, and we have called up with your top 3 finishers tonight. Coming home, we'll start things off at the top of the running order tonight. It's the 6 of Roy Fernandez. Roy, you park her back in victory lane here once again.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Roger. Before I say anything, I just want to pay my respects to the Kohlhaas family. Sergeant Adam Kohlhaas, he paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to do what we do and be able to have the American freedom. So before anything, I want to pay my respects to their family and thank you for their service.
Yeah, great cause here tonight at Bristol, and you're going to be the one that's going to be able to celebrate long into the night. You're going to be able to celebrate all week long. How does it feel to know you came into where the gladiators battle, and you're able to battle everybody and wind up on top here tonight?
Oh man, it was a battle. That first long run there was pretty intense there, trying to just stay on someone's bumper and try to get past them. It's not easy to pass on Bristol. You have to wait for someone to make a mistake. And then all those cautions started piling up. When I hit after the guys behind me pit, I was a little skeptical, and I was like, that was probably a bad call on my part, but it paid off, and here I am.
Did tires really mean that much out there tonight? We saw the field tonight on a split decision most of the time. Some drivers out of the top 5 would pit, some drivers would stay out. Did it matter that much, tires, or was the track position key?
I prefer the track position over the tires, to be honest with you. That's why I stayed out a little bit longer than most guys. It's very, very hard to pass here on Bristol. You can try to get that run in deep in the low line, but at the end of the day, that top line's going to pass. And unless you move them or they make a mistake, you're not going to pass that position. But ultimately, at the end of the day, fresher tires will be able to get you a little bit faster.
So you win here tonight, marking the second time you've parked this number 6 in victory lane. You won at a 2-mile track, and now you've won at the half-mile track. Next week, when we head to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, do you think you can conquer the hot, slippy Atlanta surface to win at the 1.5 miles?
I'll give it my best shot. I love those speedways, the super speedways. Short tracks are not my thing, but I do every once and again get lucky on them. So I'm looking forward to Atlanta, and that'll be fun.
Well, before we let you go, we're going to roll the red carpet out here for you and hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank for winning this race here tonight at Bristol?
As always, my supportive fiance. Got to give a quick special shout out to my buddy Chris and Freya out in Boston watching this right now. And at the end of the day, this was all for Adam. So once again, that great thank you to his ultimate sacrifice for us.
There you heard it from the man. He may not like short tracks, but tonight the driver out of Michigan, he will park the number 6 War Horse Machine in victory lane to pick up his second win of the season. He's going to close the championship gap between him and Cole Day, but the question at the end of the day is how many points will that be? Well, we'll clue you in on that in just a little bit, but I believe, Greg, you are standing by with the driver who's going to finish after being a lap down to start things. He'll come home second.
Yeah, I've got the driver of the 38 Chevy Camaro, Cody Levitt. Cody had a pretty eventful night there between starting a lap down and on the initial start there, and looking at your car, it seems like it's got to touch a few different things tonight. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, I started in the pits. I thought it would be a smart move, and I mean, it wasn't. I didn't get into anything specific until midway through the race when all those wrecks happened, but started that lap down. And then when all those wrecks happened, I got caught up in a few of them. I don't remember, someone got wall, and I dove it in between 2 other cars, and then I got spun. So, I don't know. It was a very eventful race, very fun. I was in the front, I was in the back, I was everywhere.
Yeah, very eventful indeed. How much of that, how much of it was luck versus how much of it was skill and ability and the will to be up there and bring it home there second?
There's a lot of luck, being able to dodge your ways out of these wrecks. I could have easily been destroyed, but I really do like this track though, so every time I come here I feel like I have a good shot. Today just was not enough.
What more do you think that you need? You know, was it one more stop, another set of tires away from it? What do you think you was going to need to beat the 6 car Fernandez there for the win?
Probably a couple laps fresher tires than him. I think we pit on the same lap, so he was a little bit quicker than me. I know I had a bunch of damage, so that I wasn't able to fix. So maybe if I had a cleaner car, it would have been better. But other than that, he's fast, so it's not like it would have been easy to catch him.
Well, overall, it was a very good race. Very exciting for us up here in the booth. Congratulations on the second place run tonight. And who do you need to thank for your endeavors here tonight?
I want to thank you guys for putting on this broadcast, first of all. I want to thank everyone out there in the military service that's put their life on the line, especially Kohlhaas's family, and then everyone else included, because, I mean, they're still out there doing their fight, keeping us safe. So thanks, boys.
Good run by Cody, and come home finishing second. Roger, you're with our third place guy, Cole Day.
Yeah, he's over here joking around with me on the fact that he just couldn't get back to the front. But Cole, what did you really need to get this Rockstar machine back to the front here after leading so many laps here tonight at Bristol?
I needed another caution because I accidentally turned Davison there for that last yellow, so I had to go to the back. And by the time I fought my way through all the cars that had some damage, I just ran out of laps. Those guys had already pulled such a lead, I just couldn't reel them in.
Yeah, tell us about that. You get into the 03 there, racing incident going down there. It looked like two drivers not in sync there in the lifting points going into the corner. But tell us about coming back through the field. How hard is it to come through the field here with such short laps and so many drivers on track?
Oh, it's hard, and I was on fresher tires, and those guys had some damage, so even just by sheer speed, I was faster, but even them guys were running a higher line, and if you run that high line, you get such a great run off the corners. It just makes it really hard. So if you run the bottom, you really got to nail your corners and get a great exit and try not to get tight and push up into them and have to lift and lose all your momentum. So just had to be a little patient. If it didn't work out, try not to force it, heat up the tires, make a mistake, put someone on the wall, and just be patient, start working your way, get through as much traffic as you can.
And you got through most of that traffic. You know, you heard Cody Levitt say he didn't have anything really for Roy Fernandez here at the end of this one. I think you may have had something for Roy, but you ran out of laps. Were you hoping a caution flag was coming out?
Yeah, I was hoping for a yellow to come out just so I could at least have a chance to see what could happen there, but just didn't go my way. But I'm still happy to get third place tonight.
Well, with a third-place finish and Roy finishing first, that championship hunt, though, between you two is going to heat up, and it's going to only be 4 more races left before we decide a champion here in the Draft Top inaugural season for the Draft Top Progression Series. What are your chances, though, going into the Atlanta Motor Speedway? It's the final time we're going to have the Xfinity car this season on track.
Well, I hope pretty good. I normally like running the Xfinity cars at 1.5 miles, especially Atlanta where it's so hot and the tires matter so much. So I think I can keep the tires underneath of it and at least pull home a great finish to keep going my championship hunt.
Well, Cole, who do you got to thank for a podium finish there? I hear you got a fan crowd behind you. I hope it's social distancing.
Yeah, well, I got to thank them, and got to thank my teammate Cody and Jared and Donald, who were in TeamSpeak. We were talking throughout the whole race. Gotta thank you guys up in the booth for always doing great broadcasts. All the admins in race control for keeping us all in line.
Well, there you hear. Okay. Cole's back again.
And of course, all the military veterans out there for keeping us all safe and doing what needs to be done. It's awesome to be able to put on a show for them.
There you heard it from Cole Day here tonight. He comes back to finish in the 3rd spot. It wasn't good enough quite to go run down the race leaders here at the end of this race, but nonetheless, it's still going to be a great points night for him. Once again, Roy Fernandez finishes first with Cody Levitt hot to trot in second, and then Cole Day a little bit farther back behind the scenes. Let's take a quick look at our post-race running order here tonight for the Gold Star family, 125. There you see Roy Fernandez, like Peyton Johnson, who finishes 6th here tonight, Jared Hagedorn in 7th. Those two drivers have not raced in a very long time. Both drivers actually having wheel issues. Peyton Johnson has pedal issues. Jared Hagedorn, for a very long time, had a wheel issue. So both those drivers making their return to the racetrack here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and they finished inside the top 10. So good to have them back. Tim Combs has some more bad luck on himself, and he finishes back into the 13th spot. But what about the man who finishes in 14th, Ira Kohlhaas, tonight? You know, it was a good night starting out for him. Unfortunately, he's going to fall back into the 14th position after a late race wreck. He ran inside the top 5 most of the night, but unfortunately, that's where he is going to come home. A little bit farther down on that running order, you do see Doug Neal. He finishes 21st tonight. Michael Sturgill, 19th after starting on the pole. Darrell Clauter finishes into the 18th position also. All in all, though, tonight, Greg, it was a pretty good run here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the Gold Star Family's 125.
Yeah, it was a really exciting race. It was, pretty physical, pretty entertaining race. I don't feel like it was too bad as far as, intentionals or anything like that. It was just good, hard racing. A couple mistakes were made, but overall it was a great race. These guys put on a really good show, just like we knew they would. But before we go, I just want to echo what so many of these guys have said, and thank all of our military servicemen and women for their service and what they do for us each and every day. But a special note of appreciation for the Kohlhaas family for the sacrifice that not just Adam, but also that whole family has made for our country. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, tonight in memory of our good friend of Adam J. Kohlhaas, Sergeant Adam J. Kohlhaas, he paid the ultimate sacrifice for you race fans and all of us here tonight to be able to do what we like to do, which is go racing, whether it be here on the iRacing.com platform or on your local Saturday, Friday, whenever it is, short track racing back home, wherever you all are. So we hope you, one, are safe, and our thoughts do go back out to the Kohlhaas family, and of course, all the families all over the world who have lost a member of the military branch. Our hearts, our thoughts, our prayers do go out to you. And, well, that's going to about do it here from the Bristol Motor Speedway tonight. Roy Fernandez able to lock up his 2nd win of the season, but we will head to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the final time of the Xfinity cars just on September 1st. So that is your DraftTop.com post-race show here at Bristol. Catch more of the Salt Flat family racing action as the IROC series is back in action just tomorrow night. We will see you either on Wednesday night, race fans, or right back here to watch the Draft Top Progression Series next Tuesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So for everybody at Salt Flat Racing and right here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed your show.